Okay.
our session, because I watched the videos, I bet you struggled a lot uploading the video, right?
Yes, a lot.
I'm so sorry, but you did it.
Yeah, it was too heavy.
Yes, I know, like 16 gigabytes. That's
Yes,
huge. Well, but only YouTube can do it.
yes.
Nice, nice. So I was able to see the class recording. So that's great. That's fine. Please, I want to know your opinion, your comments. You were a little bit nervous before the recording, so I would like to know how did you feel the previous day, the day that you recorded, and after?
The day before, I was really nervous, but excited and anxious, but in a very good way.
Mhm.
During the class, I felt very relaxed. They were behaving as usual. What you saw, well, you didn't see them, but what you heard is them all the time. Maybe a little, they were a little quiet. They were kind of nervous too,
Okay.
but they're very talkative. So yeah, that might be the only different thing, but they talked a lot in the
Okay.
video, and but it went well. And after that, I thought the next day, the next class, they were even more eager to participate and more excited. And they played a game, a trivia related to the festivities, and they did very well. Yes.
Nice, nice. I think, Cristina, you're a very, very good teacher. I think you did an excellent class. I like the way that the use of time. I think that you are very patient. You wait for your students. You take your time for the activities. I think that's very good, because nowadays we are very anxious and doing all fast, and students are like in that kind of speed. And I could see that they were not like all over the place. They were very calm and following you and very respectful about the interaction. So I think it was a very nice class.
Thank you.
Good, good. So, Cristina, I want to ask you something. Tell me about, but let's watch this part of the video, because I wanted to, I want you to watch it with me, and I want to know your comments about this part of the class, okay? This part of the class particularly, and I have another part of the class that I find very, very interesting, and I would like to know your comments about. Let me make sure that I'm sharing my audio with you. And this is not the tab. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Here it is. And here we go.
Me voy a poner a tono, obvio. Entonces ya adivinaron cuál es mi favorite celebration.
Halloween.
Vamos a let's watch an example. Ya. My favorite celebration. Ustedes en unas semanas, les voy a dar la fecha. Les voy a dar bien la fecha mejor, para que se vayan mentalizando.
Mira, yo pensé en mi hijo cuál era mi disfraz y yo dije, en vez de Halloween dije bruja.
Miren, 5 ediciones de Halloween on October 30. Un día, no, después lo escribimos, pero un día antes de Halloween, ustedes van No, el viernes también es feriado.
¿Este jueves?
No, It's my favorite celebration. Halloween. Halloween is my favorite celebration. It's celebrated on October 31st. It is my No. It is my favorite celebration because I love dressing up.
Okay, well, so how did you feel like being on their shoes, like feeling like a student? How did you feel in that moment?
I feel nervous, like they were judging me, more than judging me, assessing me, like evaluating me.
And they did. They
They
did.
did, yes. But nervous in a good way, like what are they
Exact-
going to think? Are they going to think this is fun? This is a fun
They were on fire,
test?
like, very crazy
They
about it.
were.
They loved the
Yeah.
activity.
They did.
They were so excited about it, like thinking all
Yeah.
the time, what is going to be my costume? Why don't we do it on the holiday and all of
Yes.
that? They were very excited. Great. So, what aspect can you highlight from this exercise? Would you do it again?
Um, what? Dressing up or
Like
doing the
putting yourself in the position of a student, like
oh,
mimicking the project or like acting as
definitely.
a student.
Yes, I did it on third and second grade the last week.
Okay.
I prepared a presentation about my favorite food. Yes, so
Do you
I
feel a
will do it
change
again.
with your students? Like you are integrated more the whole class doing this activity?
Probably, yeah. They feel more, I mean, they're all the time paying attention and all of that, but seeing me doing what they have to do, it's different, very different.
Exactly, because they assessed you. And
Yes,
what grade did they give you?
a 7, I remember.
Yes, that's true. They give you a 7.
Yes,
Perfect. So your students now, and this is a key of formative assessment, that before starting any project, you and your students make sure what a 7 means. You see, it's
yes,
something more concrete for students with special needs because some students may think or understand what are you expecting about them, but some don't. They don't have the capacity to imagine like what the
yes.
teacher is expecting. But now they have an example of what you're expecting and what a 7 looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's different.
Yes,
It's a small exercise, but different. You see, it's
yes.
something very little, but it makes a great
It
change.
makes a huge difference, yes.
You see, very good. And my other favorite part was
Para ellos porque vienen sus familiares. En otros países la Navidad es importante porque a ti te dan regalos por tú hacer una cosa.
Pasar tiempo con la familia. Thank you, Christopher.
here they are doing critical thinking.
Yes.
They are explaining why there is a celebration, that it's important. You were able to connect with other topics as well. What do you think about this part?
Well, they always do that. They're very critical about everything, and they have the capacity of uh, developing critical thinking.
Mhm,
And well, that's the main reason why I wanted to do this with them.
mhm.
But they surprised me even this class, because they were reflecting on a kind of like a deeper level. I don't
Exactly.
know. They
That's true.
surprised me. Yes.
That's true. That's true. And in this part also, they reflect on a deeper level. What do you think about this part of your class?
Favorite celebration. ¿Qué más incluimos ahí?
Por ejemplo, usted incluyó, que fue la última que dijo, qué cosas se hacían en cada país. Por ejemplo, en Estados Unidos se ponía dulces, en otra parte...
Narración. Agustina, ¿por qué me gusta? Very good.
Very good, very good. ¿Qué significa very good?
Muy bien. Ámbar.
¿Cuál es mi celebración favorita?
Ahí está.
Okay, so they build the structure of the presentation. What do you
Yeah.
think about this part of the class?
I don't know. It's not surprising. They're very structured as a class. But what surprised me the most is that kid, the one that said that you spend time with your family, is the same one that said this part, is one of my most disruptive students.
Oh, wow.
But it seems like he's not paying attention because he's doing any other thing. But when it comes to the closing part of the class, he always has something to say,
Wow.
something deep to say.
Excellent. Great. That's great. And what about like the exercise that you're doing, like building kind of the rubric with them? You didn't score, you didn't ask them for a score, like how many points should this have, but
Yeah.
you kind of created the structure with your students. What do you think about letting your students participate in the instrument that they are going to be assessed?
Well, that was planned for, I wanted to do it tomorrow, but we're not going to be able to do it tomorrow because we have the Teachers' Day celebration. And well, I said, okay, I'm going to do it on Thursday, but we're not going to have a class on Thursday either because there is a teacher that has to record her class for
Okay.
the evaluation. So I'm going to do it next Wednesday.
Okay.
But I think it's a very good process because, like you said, like 2 sessions before, they know beforehand what they have to do and what is going to give me 1 point, 3 points, 5 points.
Exactly.
So it makes them more conscious about the whole process.
Exactly. And that helps you with students with special needs because it is a predictable environment. They already know what you're going to do, what they are expected to do. So it's very familiar for them and they feel very relaxed about it because they already know there is not going to be any surprise and they go and do what they are asked to do. So
Yes.
students with special needs get really nervous when you change the instructions, when you change this and that, and they start to feel like lost, kind of lost in their classes. So this protects you in the way that you are giving them a secure place to be a clear route to go through. So when you're working with special needs, that this is key to work with them. What do you think
Yes.
about that? Were you able to observe any of your special needs students?
Yes. And they were very focused on what I was saying because some of the times when I was explaining what they had to do, they were kind of lost.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them even participated telling me what I had to include in the presentation. And I did it in another class in 6th grade. They will have to prepare a video
Okay.
promoting a place. Like,
Okay.
for example, some of them are going to make a dialogue. Some others are going to pretend they're like airline, I'm sorry.
Okay,
So
great
they
idea.
are like, yes, and they help me build the structure. We are going to work tomorrow on the rubric.
Nice.
Yes, so
And
they
there
all participate.
you're going to find out many, many incredible ideas. When you
Yeah.
listen to them, like seriously, you're going to give them 5 points to spelling. So sometimes it's kind of yes, because means it doesn't matter how do you write a word, so the importance is the meaning. And you get kind of impressed, you see?
Yes,
So it's very interesting how you do this exercise and how you're able to help your students like differentiating the outcome because you are applying a differentiation strategy according to Carol Tomlinson's model because you're going to differentiate on the product, you see, with sixth grade. They are going to make a dialogue, they can pretend to be in an airline. You see, in
yes,
different spaces, the product could be different, you see? So as anyone can choose. Also in this activity, they are able to choose their celebration. So you are differentiating as well.
yes.
You see? Excellent. Okay, so going on, because you have to do a second class recording.
What?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, there are two class recordings. Yes,
Oh, I
because
didn't remember.
in this
Okay.
yes, in this class, we kind of find some focuses that we want to do. And now
Okay.
this is not an assessment because we don't have points in this instrument. But this instrument is going to let us know what aspects you should encourage or pay attention to, or not pay attention, but maybe intention in your next class related to helping students with special needs and also applying differentiation strategies. So
Okay.
when we mark not observed, it means that this aspect should be worked on the next class. If
Okay.
we mark observed, it's because we already seen it. Okay? It's okay. We did it in this class. Okay. So, number one, differentiation strategies are used to address diverse learning styles and needs.
Yes.
What do you think?
Obs
Observed or not
observe.
observed?
I would say observe.
Observed, right? I definitely agree with this point. Sure, it's okay. A variety of engaging activities are integrated into the lesson.
I would say observe.
Yes, students were very, very engaged. Formative assessment techniques are employed to monitor students' progress.
Um, I'm not sure
Why? Why are you're not sure?
because I don't remember.
Okay. But the first thing you did was to present the objective. Where are
Yes.
you going with your students? This is formative assessment.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay.
when you are doing summative assessment, you kind of give your student a test and you surprise them. They don't know what you're going to ask on that test.
Yes.
See,
You're right.
now you're going to assess your students, but they know clearly what are you going to ask during the assessment day. You see,
Mm-hmm.
formative, because
Yes.
they are part of the process. Okay. And you're focused on progress, not on the final mark, right?
Yes.
So formative assessment techniques are employed. Clear instructions and objectives are communicated in both English and Spanish.
Not observe.
Not observed?
I didn't use that much English as far as I remember.
But you read the objective in English
Oh, well, yeah.
and
Well,
you
I
asked
did.
them, what do I mean here when I say read?
Did I? Okay, yes.
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. Yes. I saw the recording. Yes.
Okay. I trust you.
Sure. Yes. Okay. Opportunities for students' collaboration and peer teaching are provided.
Okay, this one is not observed because we haven't done the sandwich method yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, two
I
stars
agree
and a
with
wish. Yes.
exactly. I definitely agree with this. And in your next class recording, we should focus on this. Okay?
Okay.
Peer work. Next, Cristina provides timely and constructive feedback during the classes.
Yes, observe.
Observe because you have a lot of conversation with your students.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the lesson includes culturally relevant content that resonates with students.
Yes.
For
I
example,
mean,
yes,
they read about Diwali, but they didn't know anything about Diwali, but they found it very interesting. And the next day when we did the trivia, it was like a video with emojis and they had to guess the celebration. And they just saw like a little candle and they said, Diwali, Diwali.
nice.
So
You
it was,
see,
yes,
they learned something related to culture in the class,
yes.
so that's nice. And they learned it really, really fast.
Uh-huh.
Okay, students are engaged and actively participate throughout the class, the lesson.
Observed.
Observed, right? Cristina reflects on her teaching practices and makes real-time adjustments.
Mm.
Did you do any adjustments to your class?
Yeah, I mean, all the time I do that.
For
Yes.
example, in this class, you did it? Kind of, this part I'm going to...
Um, well, it's little changes, but sometimes when I was going to begin my presentation, I said, in 2 weeks, you're, oh no, hold on, I'm going to give you the date right now.
Exactly. That's
Things
true.
like that. Yes,
Because you already know that they are very anxious, they would like to know the date
I
first.
know that. Yes.
They were going to interrupt you. When, Miss? When do we have the
Yes. When are
presentation?
we going to? Yes.
So you prevented that. Okay, nice. Differentiation is evident in the assessment methods used during the lesson.
In the assessment methods. I don't know.
Okay. So when we go through a class, we constantly are assessing with our students. Like, did we achieve the goal of the class? Do you think your students achieved the goal? Did you have this conversation with your students? Like,
Yes.
today we achieved that the goal of the class, which was to get to know the project or something like that.
Yeah, they did.
Observe. So the only aspect we should focus on the next class recording is to enhance and promote peer and collaboration between students, among students. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm excited about that because I know they are not going to be like, yeah, you did good. No, they're going to be very critic about each other's work.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I
great.
know that.
So we have already recorded this class, which I can say that you stick to the point all the time. The class was as we planned it. So that's great because you did exactly like timely what we planned. So it was great, Cristina. Now, in which class do you think we will be able to record?
Well, class 2 was last Thursday.
Okay, that's okay. Be done.
Um, it should be class 5 because it's
Okay.
about assessing my classmates.
Okay, excellent. So that is going to be your class recording for the next class.
Okay.
Which strategy are going to use? The sandwich or 2 stars and a wish?
Could I use both? Like give them the opportunity to pick one?
I've never
Or
tried it
okay,
because you're going to spend time of the class explaining the technique.
you're right. I
So if you
think
explain both, it's going to take longer.
I would say the sandwich method.
Yes, it's a great choice. Yes, I think so. So it gives the opportunity to close the interaction with something positive, and you
Yes.
avoid like having only the last feeling that you are need to improve something. So I think it's a good
Uh-huh.
idea to use the sandwich
Yes.
as a first time. So I think it's very important to remark here. La profesora enseña a los alumnos a hacer la retroalimentación. This part, it's going to take you maybe 10 to 20 minutes. So feel free to give me just. Sorry, it was too loud. Okay, so you're going to spend like 20 minutes teaching them the sandwich technique. And you may have to give them an example and also use like the rubric to provide an example. Maybe you can try with one student, or maybe I don't know, like showing them on the board a sandwich and showing them like the parts and asking them to provide a feedback of your presentation. Do you remember when I present? Can you give
Okay.
me a feedback about my presentation now? You see? Obviously in Spanish, because they are not going to have the vocabulary to do it in English.
Yes.
Okay, so in this part, you need to focus on high order skills with your students in order to go through reflections and have the possibility to give you a constructive feedback. Okay, so that
Okay.
is going to take you some time, maybe, or
Uh-huh.
maybe they surprise you and they go really fast through this because it could
Okay.
happen. And then you start like doing the practice and switching their draftings of the script and then giving them the feedback. It's going to be very, very interesting. Nice. What do you think about this session, Cristina?
Uh, I don't know. I thought there were going to be more comments about the class. I don't know why. Don't ask me why.
Really? Were you
Yeah,
expecting like,
maybe. Yeah, maybe. I remember a friend told me that about the famous imposter syndrome, something like that.
yes.
Yeah, it has happened pretty much my whole life. So that's why
Oh,
I keep getting into courses and mentorships, something like that.
but that's good. That's good. I have the
Yes,
same
yes,
feeling all the time, but
yes,
that makes you improve all the time. And you did
yes.
great, Cristina. Así que
Thank you.
just feel proud of yourself. And when do you think we're going to have the next class recording, like talking about calendar?
It was class 5, right?
Yes, it
Okay,
could be
so
along next week.
uh, our class 1 was on Wednesday, class 2 on Thursday. No, no, no. I'm lost. Yes. Class 3 is going to be on October 23rd. Class 4, October 24th. And class 5 should be on October 30th.
But the 30th they're going to present, right?
I think I'm going to have to move it because we're not going to have this. I mean, I knew that we were not going to have tomorrow's class because of the celebration.
Yes.
But I thought this Thursday was going to be the third class. But we will have to move it because my colleague is going to record her class on that time, at the time. And in
But
that,
also you can have like class 3 and 4 together.
okay.
3 and 4
If
together.
that's the case, then I should record class 3 and 4 on Wednesday and class 5 on
Exactly.
Thursday,
Just like that.
24th. Yes,
Excellent. So this would be 24th of October. Right?
yes.
In
And on
order.
class 5, they're going to present, right?
Exactly.
Class
Yes.
5, yes. Okay, yeah.
Hey,
So, yes, next Thursday, the next recording.
yes, that's true. Next Thursday, the next recording. It's going to work out excellent, Cristina, because you're an excellent teacher.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So we are already set. And after that class is going to be our last session.
When
Yes,
is it going to be? On the October
last
29th?
session, it's going to be, I'm going to give you that. November the 5th.
Oh, okay.
That's our last session, and we are going to talk about the second class recording and assessing our action plan and how all of these work for you and assess our actions. Okay,
Okay.
great. So you are almost done, Cristina, in this challenge.
Yes,
You see, we're very close to the end and you survived.
I did. And I wanted to quit like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yes, and we have forgotten that, so that's great. You already almost done.
Yes.
Okay, so I will see you in 2 more weeks. Please let me know if you have any question regarding the class recording or any question that you have, and I'll be
Okay.
really, really happy to help you. Okay,
Okay. Well,
bye-bye.
now I know I have to upload it to YouTube. So,
YouTube, we already know that.
yes.
Okay, thank you, Cristina.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.